Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Nat20Hot. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful evening here, and we hope it is wherever you are as well, because we are thrilled to have you here with us on this Wednesday night. There are a few better ways to spend a Wednesday, and if you're joining us for the first time, we are a group of people that like to play Dungeons and Dragons together. We do this for fun, but we also do this for the children. So, what you can do if you're able, if you're interested, if you care for kids, you can check out the link in our chat where you will find a link to our Extra Life team page. Haven't heard of Extra Life? Well, it's a wonderful charity that supports children's hospitals around North America, including the United States and Canada. And all of your contributions go towards supporting critical and life saving care for children in need. We've raised very little dollars, and we know all of them come from Branwen, and we would definitely like for that to change.
I'm gonna donate more money right
We
now.
raised almost $1,000 last year. We're 6 months, 5 months into the year, and we've raised, I think, 15.
We're a second
Uh,
half team.
we are a second half team. We did really well in the first half of last year. We're going to do really well in the second half of this year because it just goes to show you that you need to give at least 6 to 8 months to get people to give towards causes that are really important to them. But all of this is neither here nor there. Check out the link in our chat. You will find a wonderful link to donate to our team page and support those in need. If you missed out on our last trip, well, let me give you a recap and paint you a little picture because while the cat's away, the mice will play. While Branwen and Sina went off to Silverhaven to handle some actual family issues, our lingering found family just made some pretty bad decisions. Dunk went shopping, which was actually a pretty good decision for him. But Randy decided to parley with Seraphel, the supposed archenemy of the party and potential harbinger of the end of the world. This went as poorly as one might expect, with Seraphil revealing her hatred of the gods and her personal history. But did, however, tell Randy that her hatred only stands with them and those who would get in the way. Stay out of her way and be clear of her supposed wrath and harbinger of doomness. Willem, on the other hand, requested an audience with the Earl King to potentially better understand what his motives were and left with very little new information. He did, however, leave with the new title, Hagsbane. And did will that the Earl King sees no further need to enable his endeavors to kill the hags, as he's not doing it for the Earl King, he's doing it for himself. And lest a selfish individual decide to try and get more out of something that he's already vowed to do.
Doing it for the world, not for me.
Branwen and Sina, however, did eventually return, a bit dismayed with the party by their actions. Sina, however, perhaps most of all, deciding to lambast Randy for his actions and inevitably leaving the party for the evening, retreating to the Gilded Skull with a call out to Branwen to join her while the party debates their next steps. And so we find ourselves in separate locales. Randy alone in the twilight hearth in his room. Dunk, Willem, and Lyra enjoying a beverage at the bar. Branwen and Sina enjoying a beverage of their own, and some quiet contemplation at the Gilded Skull in the far side of town, and wondering, oh wondering, where the night will take them. Who would like to go first?
I'm scared.
Not
A bit of a Evan history check.
Sure.
Did we already ask Lyra why is she here?
You personally did not, but I would say in the time period that you've been speaking to her at the bar while Bremen and Sina were there, she does inform that getting here was always part of her goals. She is a researcher at heart, and she was acting in service as a diplomat to Westwatch from the elven cities of Yusan in the material plane, with the goal of inevitably gaining a high enough stature to apply for a ability to walk between the planes and study the Feywild, its courts, and the courtly politics within to potentially bring some of those learnings back to the material plane.
So, uh, if I'm understanding correctly, Lyra is from the material plane?
She is indeed.
Okay. I did not think I realized that.
Yes. I'm not surprised.
Chris, she hasn't been here for like 5 actual months, okay?
No, she's not from here. Both her and her wife are from the material plane from the city of Hafdore, which is an island across the strait from the mainland continent of Yusan.
But they're
And
not.
but they are now in the Feywild. That was good.
Thank you.
It took me a
Was
minute
it
to get that.
Was it Elray who has a wife in Hyla Sarah? Somebody had a wife in Hyla Sarah.
Nobody has a wife in
No.
Hyla, Sarah.
Oh, this is a
There is no
Nolan.
wife house.
I'm inventing.
Branwen's dad has an ex-wife in Hyla-Sarah.
That
Are
is
they
true.
divorced or are they just separated? Maybe they'll get
They're
back together
definitely
one day.
divorced.
They're definitely like
Okay.
Favorst.
Divorced.
Cheezer's ex-wife, is also in.
That's
Sarah.
it. That's it.
Oh, that's
Which is
right.
crazy because Cheezers is a devil.
He still wears his ring though. I
That's
saw
right.
it. I saw it with my own eyes.
That's right. On his human hands.
I have a thing that would be quick if we have a benevolent DM.
It is
I
also like midnight. But
Yeah,
you
I
may
don't
do-
remember if I have a spell slot left for this, but I was just gonna send a message to Erevan to ask him where we're meeting up just to save time.
He will say that he himself is staying at. Allow me to refer to notes.
Wait, is he already here?
Is the Wild Hunt tomorrow?
The Wild Hunt is
And the big game's tomorrow.
It's midnight. The Wild Hunt is today. It's a sleep away.
Oh, when the fuck are we gonna do this prison break?
You don't even know about it yet.
He is staying at
No.
one of the finer inns in Old Hallow. He lets you know that he can find you there at the Obsidian Tower.
So we need to go to the Obsidian. Is he already here?
He is not quite here. He is on his way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd also tell him that I need to talk to him and that it is urgent.
Noted.
But that's all I've got.
All right.
'Cause I don't have very many spell slots.
Is anyone
yeah,
doing
more
anything
time.
before they go to sleep for a long rest?
No.
No.
Well,
Is Randy thinking about his actions?
Randy is preparing to talk to Sina tomorrow, as she has said that is when he can talk to her.
Branwen, Sina will turn to you as the night gets deathly quiet. As the night gets old. And ask you and give me just a minute.
I guess if you can say the night is young, why not the night is old?
Exactly.
The
The night gets old, the night is young.
The night went to the beach that makes you old.
As the night gets deathly quiet, Sina will turn to you and ask, "So, are we doing this thing, or do you want to wait until tomorrow?"
We're gonna have to wait because I do not have the spell slots to support this.
The two of us could probably sneak in and out pretty quick.
Yeah, but if we get caught, we're just gonna get killed.
It's not a terrible option right now.
Getting killed?
I really don't want to talk to him tomorrow.
I can be there as like a buffer.
No, it's
I could punch on demand.
You're sweet. It's a conversation long overdue.
Well, if you want me there, I'll be there.
Thanks.
Or I'll just like linger outside the door and may or may not eavesdrop depending on what you are comfortable with.
Yeah. All right. So go to bed now. Figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah. It's a tomorrow problem.
We'll worry about tomorrow. We said that yesterday.
Shit.
but I understand. All right. A room at the Gilded Skull will cost you a few silver for the evening, assuming you do not return to the Twilight Hearth.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Fuck you guys.
In which case, all of you awake the next morning, Randy, Dunk, and Willem in a room at the highest floor of the Twilight Hearth, Branwen and Sina, in a cozy little room at the Gilded Skull.
It's a nice time.
What would you like to? How would you like to spend the day? You do find, as the sun rises on Old Hallow, that the city is a bit abuzz with activity. Every room in the Twilight Hearth is filled, the same as the Gilded Skull. All manner of Eladrin, fairies, pixies, satyrs, and other creatures seem to be in the city for the upcoming wild hunt. And members of the servant and um, staff of the Earl King, his retinue, as it was, his retinue, as it were, seem to be going in and out of the city through the main gate. You can kind of see quite a bit of thoroughfare on the streets below from your window in the Twilight Hearth, carrying platters of food, steaks, the wooden kind, not the meat kind, and large bits of canvas in and out of the city. They seem to go out of the city and none come back in, but the people do.
Willem peers
Um,
through the window and goes, "Seems like quite a vibe out there."
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out outside their hotel with Sina, waiting for them.
Ah, okay. Will make a perception check,
Oh God.
given that you are looking
He's
out the
not
window.
gonna notice the ginger amidst the crowd.
I perceive 18.
You do see a bit of an anxious-looking Sina and Branwen next to her, arms crossed, with a pretty stern RBF, waiting for whomever to come down the stairs.
And we have coffees and donuts, but not for you guys, just for us. We stopped at a cafe.
Got it.
I'm building the lore.
I would like to use my kitchen pass to make some scramble for the boys.
You got a
You're
day
just
kitchen
gonna leave
pass,
us waiting
but
out here?
we'll give you one
I,
more
I
day.
just walk in.
Glug, the Kenku proprietor, just kind of
What's
sees
his
you.
voice like?
Very soothing. Just kind of sees you walk in and like brandishes his wings a bit, goes, and goes about his business.
Does he have hands on the ends of his wings?
Yes, little tiny fingers.
Or are his feathers like fingers themselves?
No, he has little tiny fingers.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, like a Hotsun.
Kind of.
Good on you for knowing what a Hotsun is.
I
don't know what
don't.
that
I
is.
just said kind of.
Oh, it's a bird that has claws.
Of course.
Go on.
Go on.
And when the scramble's done, I serve it up. I sit down and have a plate for Dunk and have a plate for Willem.
Are you eating?
Oh yeah, also a plate for me.
Okay.
But I just like take the rest of the pan. I'm eating out of the pan.
Did Branwen and Sina come inside, or are they just weirdly waiting outside?
We're waiting outside.
Well then I will tell Randy. They're outside. I saw them when I peeked out the window earlier.
Oh shit.
They don't look
Yeah.
happy.
I go back and I get 2 more plates and kind of ration out the rest of the scramble onto those 2 plates.
I will push some scramble off my plate if need be.
Yeah,
I've
let's
already eaten my scramble. Sorry.
It's fine, man. You need the extra nutrition.
Do you think they're actually gonna want to chill with us?
I mean, they're here.
It's up to them.
Why don't I go find out, or somebody else can go find out?
I'll go ask them.
Okay.
I feel like
Bye.
I'm probably the least incendiary.
Dunk, you
Everybody
what-
exit the Twilight Hearth and find Sina and Branwyn waiting a few steps from the door, kind of leaning up against one of the leaning and collapsed stone walls that make up some of the many ruins of Old Hallow.
What are you guys
Hey.
doing? We got shit to do.
We are enjoying some scramble. Do you want to take a few minutes to come inside?
I am supposed to be. I think I'm technically supposed to be working right now. And I was waiting to see if you guys would want to come with because there's some things that we need to talk about.
We can talk over scramble. It doesn't take very long to eat a plate of scramble.
Oh, God.
I think Randy and Willem would love to spend a few minutes eating breakfast.
I look at Sina.
I mean, we're not going to have our conversation now, but if we have things to talk about, we might as well talk about them here.
Oh, well, I need to meet up with Aravan. I think we need him on this.
Okay.
For
what do you-
our plans that were potentially going to be yesterday, but I think we need some help.
Okay. So, do you want to leave them here and we're going on this our own, or it seems like they want to stay?
Well, they recently have had a whole big thing where they're pissed at me for not telling them when I'm doing things. And I'm
So
trying to be a good person.
Let's take 10 minutes. We'll
Okay.
reconnect and figure out our next steps. It's still early.
Yeah.
And it's not like Aravan's been chomping at the bit to do anything for you, so
Yeah, I suppose that's right. Okay, let's go eat eggs.
Sorry, I already ate mine, but I'll watch. That was a really weird thing. I'm gonna go inside now.
Yeah, we go in.
Dunk's gonna watch mommy eat.
Oh God, please. You enter, and Willem and Randy, you see your compatriots Sina and Branwyn enter, looking a bit hasty and rushed.
I give a polite wave.
Sit down, start eating. We got stuff to do, guys.
Okay. Elaborate on that.
I honestly am kind of scared to do that here, so we're gonna wait for a second.
Okay.
Sina
Yeah.
will chime in and be like, I mean, we did come in to talk to them.
Well,
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of people around here. Okay, no,
There's going to be a lot of people everywhere.
I got asked to do something. I know, but I was thinking maybe Aravan would have a way to block him out because he's technically like an archfey or whatever. What? I know where Thariel is, and I need to do something about that.
we have not discussed this already, right?
You have not.
No,
Okay.
Do
Ah,
we?
and it's gonna be probably really risky.
well, I thought he was dead.
Oh, he's super not.
Oh,
I mean, he's gonna be.
okay.
We're also talking in hushed tones.
Make a stealth check if you are attempting to talk in hushed tones.
Hushed tones.
And you can all do so collectively to determine your overall success.
Stealthy. What number is that? It's too small.
24.
All right.
You got a 13.
I
Yeah, I
got
got
a
disadvantage
12.
on stealth, so I got a 5. So I'm just yelling.
He would be.
Ooh, I also have disadvantage. I forgot. 12.
You have disadvantage on stealth checks that involve like your movement and things like that. You're whispering here, so you can take the higher of the two numbers.
Okay. 10.
I'm
You're
wincing anytime.
You're sitting at a
Will says
table
anything.
attempting to talk softly. You're not walking around in your very loud, cumbersome armor.
So yeah.
Okay. Are you like expected to go into the woods and kill something? And also, are we expected to go into the woods and kill something?
Oh, that's not even what I'm worried about right now.
Okay,
I
but
mean,
like,
eventually. Well, so okay. So I have to report into Airven pretty much ASAP, which is why I kind of wanted to get a move on, but you guys wanted to sit down and eat scramble. I am at his disposal,
okay,
but I was asked to do something by my court regarding Thalariel.
okay,
Um,
Bramwin, what was your stealth
yeah,
check?
a 12. It could be nicer if I had advantage or something, though.
Go on.
I mean,
Yes.
s- okay, sure, cool. I have no idea what's going on. If we're welcome to go with you, I say we just go with you.
Is that gonna, if you're seen meeting with Airvan, is that gonna hurt your chances with Knot or whatever his name is?
Oh, that guy is not responsible for getting me out of jail, or he's one of many people responsible for getting me out of jail, so he can go fuck himself.
That's strong words, and I really hope that nobody overheard that. That is
Quick
a lot with him.
turnaround on that one.
Well, he is not responsible for getting me out of jail, so I don't
You're
owe
100%
him.
certain of that?
No, but I'm not 100% sure of anything, and when I asked the guy who's in charge, he said, I don't know, so I can just say, the Earl King told me you were not solely responsible for getting me out of jail.
Those are two very different things. One's a lie and one's uncertainty. You said, I
Neither
don't
of those things.
know, and then you said, I can just say, no, you didn't, because the Earl King said so. Those are two very different things.
The Earl King said he was not solely responsible for getting me out of jail, and so I do not owe him for getting me out of jail.
So you say.
Oh, so I should just go fight for the guy and his champion who I don't know anything about.
I'm not telling you how to do anything. You just seem pretty confident.
It's not the time for screwing around.
Okay, can we continue eating scramble so I can? We need to.
The scramble's gone. At least mine is.
Okay.
Yeah, I ate my scramble.
All right, so we're
Good morning,
going
everyone.
to
We got shit to
see
do.
Lord Erevan.
Yes.
All right.
Who is that?
You've met him.
It's Branwyn's boss.
Yeah.
He's a
Antlers.
centaur.
Other guys with
Unpleasant.
with antlers. He's
Oh,
mostly he's partially horse.
I took the whirligig out of his pocket, right? That one time.
Yeah, and then you met him another time.
I feel like I remember that.
You were definitely there.
You've probably been a bit distracted.
Fair enough.
All right, let's go.
Cool.
All right. All of you are going?
Yeah, I'm gonna flick glug a gold.
All
for the
right.
trouble.
He catches it and goes, much obliged. As
Oops.
you make your way out of the Twilight Hearth and into the city streets, it's still fairly early morning, probably before 9, somewhere between 8 and 9 in the morning. And at this point, the streets are a bit of a thoroughfare of servants and staff leaving the city and heading off into the Dreadwood, and out through the main gate through which you originally entered the city. You do see at the various taverns and restaurants that you pass a good amount of people kind of enjoying the morning. The cold rains of the past few days have long since subsided and moved on. And you make your way into the center city, not far from the palace, where, Branwen, you recall passing the Obsidian Tower, one of the finer inns and taverns in the city. Pardon me. The exterior is quite resplendent. In contrast to some of the other ruins, you get the sense that this was one of the more ornate buildings of the progenitor lobe civilizations, even before their great fall. There is this blend of polished obsidian and still crumbling ivy walls that seem to make up the outer facade of the building. They have these very delicate lanterns, which are now cast out and no longer lit as the light of the morning casts itself upon the city. But as you kind of pass by the exterior of the building towards the main doorway, you can almost see faint outlines of your reflection in the darkened stone of the building itself. But upon entering, you're greeted by another opulent atmosphere. There's a very grand foyer. The ceilings are more put together, not unlike the main palace itself, where there aren't quite so many holes in the ceiling as there have been in some of the other buildings that you've been in, patched together with wood and whatnot. No, the stone facade of this tower is largely put together. There are a handful of murals that line the walls that give way to kind of the vaulted ceilings. And there's very sophisticated and clearly new furniture that's handcrafted. And the current light is illuminated by a grand chandelier that descends from the main archway that you walk underneath, that seems to be lit by jars of will-o-wisps. The main tavern area is currently open and quite airy and filled to capacity with the current festivities for the Wild Hunt beginning, with all manner of noble fey folk seeming to have made the Obsidian Tower their destination for the festivities. Um, there is a center bar area. It's very small and has a lot of like lined shelving that has bottles atop it that seem to float free of any structure above the main bar area where a very tall Eladrin woman currently tends bar. There are other bars flanking the left and right walls that are much larger, and in a grand staircase in the back that leads higher up the tower.
As we walk in, I do shift my armor's colors to be whatever like Aravan's colors are.
Okay, those
Um,
would be an homage to the colors of the summer court that you're familiar with. They're more of a light green than an emerald that you're used to, and a golden yellow.
Sick. Um, yeah. Do I see a big ass horse guy at the bar?
Make a perception check.
Do I get advantage because he's a horse?
You have advantage just like knowing exactly what you're looking for,
Okay. That was way better.
because he is not the only centaur in the bar.
19.
You do. In addition to three other centaurs that you see that appear to have made their presence known along the larger sidebars. Eravin's figure is difficult to miss. He has currently just descended the large staircase in the back, flanked by two familiar Eladrin. Like you are aware of them, but you never really quite got to know them. Like you are aware of them as being in service to Lord Erevan, but they're not like anyone that you particularly bonded with. And they are making their way to the center bar. One of them, as you raise your hand, kind of looks and like gives a with your perception check, you are able
I'm
to
not raising my hand about that. I was
oh.
about to give you a horse fact, and it's that horses can't go downstairs.
But centaurs can. Because Lord Erevan is not a horse. He's a centaur. Um, but even still, you can see with your perception check, the young woman flanking him on his left-hand side kind of rolls her eyes a bit as she appears to glance in your direction,
Ugh,
and looks
this
up at
bitch.
Lord Erevan, and you can see her whisper something up in the direction of his ear, and he locks eyes with you and begins to kind of gesture to you to join him.
Yep. You guys can come with or get drinks or whatever you guys want to do.
I guess I'll come with you. Seems like might be talking about important stuff.
I will
Potentially.
come with you and shut the fuck up the entire time.
I'm
Promise?
shocked.
I turn to Sina and kind of talk to her just directly, and I go, "Hey, like I know it's gonna be a crazy day, but I do want to have a word with you at some point, whenever you're good.
I probably shouldn't have this hanging over my head all day. Are you okay? And she'll turn to you,
Yeah.
Brandman. Okay. Yeah, let's talk. Branwyn, Willem, and Dunk, you head off in the direction of Lord Erevan. Randy and Sina, you make your way to the bar area and find yourself a quiet seat to position yourself at. And she'll look at you and kind of just size you up. Doesn't really gesture or say anything for you to begin. She kind of just looks you up and down as she leans up against the bar and quickly declines a drink from the bartender who approaches.
I ordered a a liquor, and I take one sip of it and just kind of like look down at the ground for a little while, and then I look up at her and I go, um, I never asked what it was like for you. I kind of assumed that you didn't want to talk about it. Um, I'm sorry for not asking. Um,
But I have talked to you about it. I think that's my fear. We have had this conversation. I told you that she wasn't to be trusted. I told you to avoid her. Like just the other day. And I told you what it was like back at the party at Marigold. And you did it anyway. You
um,
knew and you did it anyway.
I Seraphil's gonna, you know, she's gonna raise armies. She's gonna hurt and kill a lot of people in the name of vengeance, more than she already has. And our options are to either kill her, which we can't do.
You can't do. We can. And if we lose, we do that together too. But at the same time, you're not going to get anywhere alone. And that's what you've been trying to do. Somebody told you that you're a champion of the gods, and I believe it. There are a few people that I think should be. And so when it was you, I was thrilled. And I was terrified. And I was right to be.
I'm not really too keen on having all of this. I feel like I've got all this like responsibility, apocalypse stopping responsibility kind of thrust upon me. And I the last time I had any responsibility was when I was responsible for you, and I fucked that up. I really, really fucked that up.
No, you didn't.
You can't say that.
I think I'm the only person
I
that can.
ruined years of your life.
I think I'm the only person that can say that. You didn't knowingly bring me to somebody It's taken me a very long time to realize that. A very long time. Despite countless people, Seraphil among them, being in my ear and telling me that you did. You didn't. You were doing what you were asked to do and told to do by my parents, are just as likely good as dead. And along the way, basically became that way yourself. You did what you had to do, and you did so much more. It wasn't you that ruined years of my life, as much as people would have me believe that. The fact of the matter is, yes, you did that alone. You don't have to do this alone. And for someone who claims to be afraid of responsibility, you're certainly acting like you welcome it and want it nothing more from it to just be you. Willem is infuriating. But if he's right about anything, it's the fact that you seem to have gotten this mantle and think yourself better than the rest of us. Or as though nobody else can do what you do. You're a part of this, just as much as we are. And the only wrong I think you've done is ignore our help and ignore our aid. And ignore what people would tell you is the right path forward.
I don't. I feel like I haven't been myself these past few weeks. I think I've had all these things that I needed to do, and I needed to do them as quickly as possible, and I fucking did them all. And I just feel like now all I have to do is, I think I'm like just hurt so many people through the things that I've done, the things that I was told I needed to accomplish, and don't. I I've never felt worse, and I want. I'm sorry. I don't. I Can we go back? I don't want this anymore.
But you do have it. You took it. And we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. If you're tired of it, then stop acting like it's only you that it impacts. Be the person I thought you could be. That person that listens to other people. Listens to me. And talks through things. We're not always going to be right. Hell, I'm the last person that's going to be right. That doesn't mean you should ignore us.
I was following what Adara told me was the best course of action. I would ask her questions at night. I asked her what I should do, and I knew that you would not agree with what she said, and I thought that what she said was the right thing because she's a god, and I don't know how I feel about that anymore.
What do we owe them?
I don't know who to listen to. When I listen to myself, I feel like that's the worst of all.
Were you listening to yourself or you were listening to someone else?
I don't know. I don't know.
Make an insight check.
Yeah. 19.
You detect a hint of disgust in her look as she watches you wallow a bit.
Yeah. He just like kind of hangs his head. I'm sorry. You will. Things will be different.
Look forward to seeing it. We're here for you. I don't want the person who blindly follows what a god tells them to do. I don't want the person who lacks the strength of their own convictions to make a decision for themselves. And I certainly don't want the person who lacks the strength of their own convictions to only do what one person has told them to do. Try as we might, we found ourselves in this position together. And we'll figure it out together. Or you can just as easily go off alone and do things on your own.
No, I promised I would never do that again.
Well, that much I'm glad to hear. Anything else?
No, I think I'm gonna kind of sit here and keep an eye on things from afar. If you want to go and join, I'm glad that you have Brandwin. It seems like it's going really well.
And you have me too. As difficult as you make it. And she will kind of tap on the bar and head away. As Branwyn, Willem, and Dunk, you approach Lord Erwin, who kind of cozies up next to one of the sidebar. You notice the other two centauri that were over there kind of quickly usher themselves away. And the two Eladrin, like Autumn Eladrin individuals stand in front of Lord Erevan
Autumn?
to Summer, thank you.
Oh, God.
Summer Eladrin individuals stand in front of Lord Erevan, kind of blocking you. And Lord Erevan gestures them like, away, away. I would have words with Bronwyn. And companions?
I bow.
Indeed.
If we could have a word alone for a second.
Alone. I have no
Uh,
doubt that this is to discuss the data who would dare throw his name into the ring for Lord of the Wild Hunt. A jealous fool.
what?
I have no doubt that this is to discuss Dara, who would throw his hat into be Lord of the Wild Hunt, the jealous fool.
That's
Uh,
Knobknot's champion.
uh,
Do you say
gross.
that?
I do say that.
Well, Nob not, whomever they are,
He
is a
already broke
fool
his
the
promise.
a fool the same.
I nod along with Ervin like I know exactly what's going on.
Indeed, your friend is wise beyond his years would suggest.
I'm gonna use my telepathy thing to say in his head, for real, I've been tasked with something for the Dawn Guard. This is really important. We need to talk in private.
Just the two of us.
These two chuckle fucks can come too. I'm gesturing to my boys, not those two bitches.
Very well. Follow me. He will guide the three of you up the stairs from whence they descended, to a room on the first floor that has a much wider door frame than all the rest. You get the sense that this is a room specifically built for creatures of this type, where there is both a door and a half door that can open to allow them to eat out of if they desired, or simply to meet attendees at their room without allowing them entry into the room.
Does Erevan eat out of a bucket like a horse?
You wouldn't know that because you haven't experienced him eat. He does, however, welcome you into a very well upholstered room. He's out, all of you. As a handful of small gnomes rush out of the room, who are currently dusting and putting up his banner. Like the room has been completely misconfigured and changed from what you imagine is the standard fare for a room at the Obsidian Tower. Like he has brought along an entire team to decorate the room to his liking. And he kind of positions himself atop like a large beanbag chair that he drapes himself over
He
and
has a love
leans.
sack.
He does have a love sack, and he leans against it, which brings him down more to your height, though he's still an imposing figure. And he leans there and goes, I imagine whatever this is important to be bothering me with it before the most important day of my life.
As some of the gnomes are like scurrying out, I'm gonna stop one of them and just ask like, "Hey, could I get a beer and maybe like a bowl of peanuts?"
By all means, sir, whatever you require.
And I'll give him a little piece of gold. Here you go.
This is more money than I've seen in my entire life. You're most kind, sir. And he will kind of bend down and kiss your feet. He goes, most kind, whatever you require. And he will
Did you
flee
just
off
free a fucking house elf?
to the bar.
I'm gonna kind of look at him, but at uh Erevan, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and be like, these guys don't get paid.
They get paid in the service to a mighty lord such as myself. And
So it's like an
so
unpaid internship kind of thing.
they are paid, and they are also given food and lodging that they require to survive their otherwise meaningless lives.
Okay, well,
I exchange a concerned look
He
with
says
Willem.
menial, not meaningless. Let me just clarify.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Now,
Yeah.
Brenwyn, what is of such import that you would distract me on a day of days?
Can you confirm that we can't be listened to in here?
These are my private quarters.
Can you confirm it though?
I can confirm it as anyone who would dare listen upon Lord Erevan Euchel, Master of Silverhaven and former Lord of the Wild Hunt, would die in the act.
Uh,
Mind your head,
just to,
boy.
just
You
to
have
make
been
sure he
respected to this
understands.
point.
That's Nolan, not Willem, but Willem
Hmm.
does have a concerned look on his face.
Just in case he doesn't truly understand, I will use my telepathy thing to tell him they're making blood of bark here.
What?
And yes, exactly what it sounds like.
I don't know. What is this?
Remember when the remember way back when the King of Spring, was it King of Spring? I have this in there somewhere. Remember when that one king died? Like straight up died?
Sure, whatever. What importance is this to
This
me?
this is the poison that was used to kill them.
Okay.
And I have a lead on where Amar is.
Lamar is in the court of summer. What are you getting on about?
Oh Jesus Christ. Oh no. Oh no, I thought you knew things. Okay.
I don't understand, Brenman. I understand that banishment can impress a lot upon a feeble mind such as yourselves, but you simply must understand there are matters of far greater import at work here. My title rests in the balance of the outcome of today's hunt, and I need my people, those that have wronged me in the past. And he will begin to kind of raise himself up and look down upon you. Those that have wronged me in the past to be at the paramount. What you describe is far from paramount. Have I made an ill choice trusting you again?
Brandon's gonna 1,000-yard stare for a solid 3 seconds. No.
Good.
No, you're right.
So, if there is any matter of import that you would have for this evening's hunt, I would hear it. But if you mean to go on about meaningless topics such as blood of bark and a king from days gone by, I will not hear any of it.
All right. Understood.
Now, if you're beyond this and willing to do what you were brought here to do, I wish to know, has Jabu arrived yet?
The fuck is a Jabu, Chris?
Do you know? You can attempt.
Do I know who that is?
You can attempt to make a history check if you would like.
I make a history check. I do that. That's not 20 thing. Fucking God.
Thankfully, you kind of,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
as you kind of 1,000-yard stare and like avert your gaze from your lord who kind of looms above you, you process his words in your mind and recall Jabu, a duke of the Winter Court, who was a frequent adversary of Lord Erevan. And would often partake in his hunts in an attempt to best him, and not take the title as it were not up for grabs, but at the very least show him a great deal of embarrassment for being unable to win his own hunt.
And is he here yet?
You don't
Have I
know.
seen him?
You have not seen him.
I haven't seen him yet. And I have been standing outside for a good long while waiting for them.
So you have stood outside to do what? In this time, were you pondering of children's fairy tales, or were you working for me?
No, you're correct.
Aye. So, I would have you tell me where the Duke Jabu stays. And when you discover it, by whatever means necessary, throw him off his proverbial game, what little he has. I need every shred of advantage if I am to reclaim my title. There are greater competitors and more participants than I have ever seen. The Earl King, in all his grandeur, has assembled quite a retinue for this year's hunt.
Understood. I'll see what I can do about Jabu.
Terrific. Now, was that so difficult for you to recall?
No.
Much obliged. I would remind you, Branwen, your own standing in our great court rests firmly on my performance this evening. You would do well to remember, and do well to ensure that I succeed.
Understood.
Excellent! Now it is truly a pleasure to see you. And he'll kind of pound on your shoulders with a mix of affection and like kind of forced adoration. He goes, do you require anything before we take this beautiful day by the short hairs?
Only anything that you would offer me.
I offer you air from my lungs. Do with it as
And I
you
thank
please.
you for it.
A glorious day! Glorious day for a hunt.
Have my peanuts shown up?
They have not.
I hope that little gnome took that money and ran. Good for him.
Now, is there anything else, or will you be on your way?
I'll be on my way.
Terrific. I will see you in the Dreadwood this eve at dusk for the great feast that precedes our victory, Brenman.
I'll be there.
And the three of you leave. And Dunk, as you depart the room, you do see the gnome waiting with a tray of 5 beers and a massive bowl of peanuts. And he goes, "Didn't know which one to get you, so I got you all of them on the menu, but I didn't wish to interrupt your conversation. Please, sir, thank you. Thank you."
You're muted.
You are so welcome, my little friend. You know what? As a tip, I'm gonna tip him a second one. You did such a great job.
He fails his constitution throw and quite simply swoons and kind of keels over for just a moment before collecting himself. Goes,
What about the platter with the stuff on it?
I am presuming
Wait,
he handed it off
Okay,
in time,
okay.
yes. And kind of steadies himself. By the 8. Bless you, sir. Bless you.
Thank you so much. Have a great wild hunt.
Likewise. And you all make your way back down to the central room.
I really wanted to give these peanuts to Aravan to see how he eats.
I'm not gonna lie, the entire time we were in there, I was wondering how he wipes his ass.
I don't know if we'll be able to see that, but we might be able to get him to eat.
Also good. Also, I mean, are we gonna talk about how he just A is stupid as fuck and B just made you his complete and total bitch?
No, I already was that.
Sina is at the foot of the stairs and just kind of sees your emotional state and goes, "That bad, huh?"
Yeah.
So is
All right, we
Sina
have to go
gonna help
find this.
us?
No, fuck no. Also we have to go find some idiot named Jabu, which actually, wait,
Make a
we could really
stealth
make this
check.
work for us. Okay. 16.
Okay. Everyone is too caught up in the revelry. The main floor of the Obsidian Tower has grown quite boisterous and is able to kind of drown out your remark to the point where nobody catches on to your insult.
Um,
Okay, so step 1, find Jabu. Step 2,
step
wild
2
hunt?
is
I am sorry. You were talking about busting out you know who like it was the most important thing in the world, and now because he told
I'm
you,
not doing that.
well,
Let me think.
it sort of seems like we should prioritize a little bit.
What do you think I'm trying to figure out?
Well, considering you said first things first, we gotta find Jabu, like,
Yes, you idiot, and that's why we could potentially cover our tracks and, frame him for breaking into a
Rain.
prison camp.
Whoa.
We're gonna get this guy's secret police.
Just took a very interesting turn.
Well,
sorry, was that the end of it? I thought there would be more after that.
that's not enough.
Go get this guy secret policed.
I mean, to be fair, it's not enough.
Okay, just give me like a second to think, okay?
Okay.
please.
So you know I'm in.
It's my favorite dunk habit. I think I've pointed it out to every person except you. There's an annoying or like contentious conversation. It ends. There's a beat. Dunk says something in the most polite way possible. Just so you know, I would have done it differently. Just so you know, I'm in. Just so you know, talk to us in the future. It's my favorite thing. The non confrontational last word barbarian.
We love him. He's just our little dunk boy. Okay. Yeah. Can we just go somewhere else to figure this out? That's not like right here.
You have somewhere in mind?
No.
There's our
Whatever
room.
happened to that little freak, Dustus?
No, fuck that guy.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, if
Shit. Oh, fuck. That was another thing I needed to do.
I was just gonna
Uh,
suggest that if we needed somewhere to talk, we could go to his tower, assuming he was not around anymore, but
Planetarium.
yeah, I forgot to make sure that he wasn't around anymore.
oh.
You were gonna kill him?
I wasn't gonna kill him.
What were you gonna do to him?
In your face right now is really funny, and I don't know why.
That's Chris asking. What are you gonna do to him?
Who's gonna get him secret police?
Jeez.
It would be nicer to kill him.
Yeah. Because we saw how the Earl King kills people.
Anyway.
He was the traitor. I don't say this out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go kill him.
I feel like we have a lot of competing priorities at the moment.
Yeah.
Why do you think I've been so stressed this whole time?
No, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Okay. Okay. Current plan. We find Jabu.
Step 1, find job.
Find Jabu. Step 2, sabotage.
Sabotage.
Step 3,
Step 3.
Sabotage.
jailbreak.
Who, what, where, when, why?
Day before
Why?
dusk. Because I have to.
Is he gonna check? Can't you just say you tried? You put some... I don't know. He seems very caught up with himself right now.
Yeah, but if frickin' Jabu shows up to this wild hunt at full strength and not at all perturbed by some kind of shenanigan that was done to him either by accident or on purpose,
Then Erevin will
gonna
have
notice.
to win fair.
Okay, fairness isn't a thing that happens at a wild hunt.
Oh, that's part of the vibe.
It's 90% subterfuge.
Everything about this place is so fucked up.
I've been telling you this the whole time.
No, you haven't. You've just been saying it's a vibe.
No, this place is kind of screwy compared to like where you're from.
Oh, yeah. Point in question, you're talking about maybe finding, somebody who's been lost for a long time and somebody else maybe getting rid of other people, and all Horseboy cares about is the wild hunt.
Yeah, he could be somewhat single-minded
This is why you
sometimes.
should be the king.
What?
This is why you should be the king.
That's
King
not
Okay,
probably
no.
not something we should be saying in this
You
particular
really shouldn't say
establishment.
that.
I'm not from here.
Yeah.
To be fair, Branwen, we don't really know what to expect tonight. We don't really know what we're doing. Should we?
The food should be good.
Okay, great. Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
I have confirmed nobody is going to be killed and eaten. I asked about it.
Who to whom?
Lethal.
That or the Earl King.
He said that?
As I recall, yeah. I was like, "Do they eat people?" And he was like, "No."
He's like a known liar.
It's also
So
very
is
different.
everybody
Again,
else.
once again, very different between eating people and killing people. I feel like you take an answer to one thing and you assign it to something else
Oh,
all of the
listen, I said
time.
no, I asked him if anybody was going to be killed and eaten, and he said no, nobody is going to be eaten. People will probably be killed.
I mean, it is like, things happen during the
Oh,
hunt.
people will probably be killed and or
Okay.
maimed.
Okay, so I hate suggesting this,
Here we go.
but maybe we have the makings of a
Suicide Squad.
split initiative where some of us go to find Jabu and some of us go to break Thariel out of prison.
Jesus Christ.
And to confirm,
Seconded.
why are we breaking him out of prison?
Okay. So
Let's hold up for a second. Is this a safe place for discussion?
that's what I've been trying to.
Okay, well, nobody has stopped the discussion, so here's
Tempers.
me stopping it.
Do we want to step outside and make a tiny hut?
Tiny hut
That-
doesn't block sound.
Cemeteries. Cemeteries are a great place for quiet conversation.
We're in the world's creepiest place. They love that place.
Yeah, people kind of hang out at those here.
Um,
Why don't we just go back to our room in the hotel
Wait,
tavern?
what about the spa?
Actually,
Sure.
to be fair, since we fixed it, people might actually be there.
Fuck.
We fixed it like 2 days ago.
Well, people were already going there to begin with.
Okay, hotel room where we have been staying.
It's as good an idea as any.
Yeah.
We do that.
You return to your room at the Twilight Hearth.
Okay.
I just flop down face down on the couch.
Sina will kind of pat your head.
Okay, so Sina knows like some of this. I'm still talking very quietly. So
Do
Thalariel,
you guys get Randy, or is he staying to drink at the bar?
he wasn't there.
He wasn't there for any of that conversation.
Oh, we absolutely would get
Yeah.
Randy.
Okay, Randy's going with you then, but he's taking his drink with him.
I think this is a walk and drink kind of event.
Dunk's got 5 beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
actually-
no open container law in Old Howland.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, if you don't
orders,
have an open container, then you get fined.
he orders enough to fill
Actually, no,
up
that's
his
more. I
dressing
think that's more
glass.
spring or summer court vibes. You have to have the open container. Okay. So there's this prison camp. You might have seen it. Thariel is there. I sent a message to him because they're making this crazy poison.
Mhm.
We talked about this part. They're making that crazy poison there.
We did talk about this part. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but Thariel's there, and if I get him out, he can give me proof that they're making it, which then I have to hand off to the Dawn Guard,
Okay.
and then they can take action to maybe stop the prison camp being there.
Great. I love that. We just got to bust him out.
Yes, only him though, because. But
This is
Hey,
a bit of a problem for me.
If so, we're busting him out so we can get proof that they're making the poison.
yes,
It seems like breaking someone out of prison is a little bit harder than perhaps just getting a document or something that it's in the building that is also proof.
No, he has a weapon of it.
There might be more though.
Oh,
There's gonna be more, yes.
And so
But
the
we just
plan
need
is
proof.
tell the Dawn Guard and then what? They go to war?
Maybe.
Cool.
Does war happen here?
Sometimes. It's kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, nope, not the time.
No,
all right.
speak your mind. This is a time for speaking minds.
If we can get some of that poison, maybe we can use it to wound or kill Seraphel.
Shit.
I don't know if it just works on Archfey or it takes away everybody's immortality or what the fuck it does, but just a thought.
You know what?
It's not a bad idea.
That's actually probably one of the smartest things you've ever said.
I will do a deep sarcastic bow.
That was genuine and you made me
And
feel
he ruins it every
bad.
time.
I'm
Just
really
my-
down right now, man. I'm
Yeah.
already in the gutter.
Yeah. So, if we just take him out, that's incredibly suspicious. And the Earl King sort of has a secret police force that follows people everywhere and presumably sees everything and can randomly take you to a shadow dimension.
I was in a basement. It just happened to have a lot of shadows in it.
That
And the
Shadow
primary
a
method of
dimension of
transportation
shadows.
did seem to
Yeah.
be shadows, which didn't seem pleasant either.
It wasn't pleasant. I just want to establish that it was not a shadow realm as much as it was a shadowy basement.
I never said realm, just dimension.
I feel like you did.
Just dimension.
You insinuated the realm.
So that's why I think everybody needs to go out. Because it sort of pins suspicion quite clearly on us, because I think before he was imprisoned, we were the last people besides the Thorns to talk to Thalariel.
We're not going to. It is incredibly unreasonable for us to. You haven't seen it. It's surrounded by golems and thorns, and there's tons of people inside. There's absolutely no way that we're breaking everyone out of there. And there's no way that we're breaking everyone out of there without also being rousing suspicion that it was us. We're the only. I mean, I suppose if there's any time to do it, it would be now.
Is there a way we can make it look like Thalariel got himself out?
Little blue man
Maybe.
who's scared of everything.
He's scared of everything.
Do you know where in the building he's located?
No. We saw him
There are a
once or
couple of
twice.
there are a couple of buildings.
I'm also
Could you-
quite sorry, go ahead.
Could you ask him?
I can, but it will take spell slots to do so.
I'm also quite surprised that you were able to talk to him, because when I was in prison, which is not a work camp, they had this weird rock that stopped any magic from happening. So
Oh, I thought you were just kind of being mean.
nope. Wanted to talk to you.
It's
I did send you
outside,
messages.
and something's happening there. It wouldn't surprise me if they need magic to do it.
Yeah. That is a good point.
Every now and then I have one.
I mean, most of the time.
All right.
So
I'd like to cast Sending to Thariel.
Okay. And what are you saying to Thariel?
I'm saying, hello, man. Long time no see. I hope you're bad. Can you describe exactly where you are located? We're gonna get you out of there. I don't know if that was 25 words, but it was a short message.
You didn't cast it properly, though.
Said, hey, man.
It's not the same. It's message time. It's time for a message. What will the message say?
It replies. You hear the voice in your mind. Oh gods, it's you! I am held in the northern bunkhouse, but by day I work in the command tower. Quickly now.
All right, here's what I'm saying. I've got stone bending powers. We can just make a little hole and get him out of that hole. If it's, again, if his cell is against the wall or if his workplace is against a wall, just get him out that way.
I also have an amulet that lets you go through things.
The entire place is largely built of wood. I remember the tower maybe having a foundation of stone.
I have a hither thither staff. Can we?
It's way better.
Guys, how did the infiltration team turn into
I'm not.
Randy, Willem, and Dung?
I'm not sure it's best if all of us go.
So, hear me out. Some of our less stealthy companions cause a distraction in another part of the city.
What distraction are you going to cause? There's distractions everywhere.
Yeah, there's distraction everywhere. I kind of can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I might actually have to sit this out.
Because you need to look for Jambu?
Because I need to look for Jabu. But then
Jabu.
also because you guys aren't affiliated with anyone.
Correct.
I'm
I am.
affiliated.
I mean, we're affiliated with you.
Yes, but not technically to a court. I'm a little scared that it would be somewhat worse if I'm tied to this somehow.
Hey, but hypothetically, wouldn't it also be worse if the Earl King finds Amar and then kills him?
Yes.
Wouldn't
I'm
it
happy
be...
that you're acknowledging that this is
Oh,
what's actually going on.
sure. I also don't know if Amar deserves to be alive. I don't know anything about this guy.
What
so...
right do you have to make that decision at all?
What if he's a shitty person?
And you're the
I
person
never
to
said
judge
I was-
that?
Yes, I can evaluate whether a person is a piece of shit or not, Sina.
And whether they deserve to live or die.
Well,
wait,
if
so
they've
you
done a
want
lot of
to-
really bad things, maybe yes.
He's been kind of running with that recently, the whole live or die thing.
I've noticed.
So you're gonna come here and change the government to how you think it should be?
Because the way you guys are running the government now with the Earl King is going well.
How's your government going back in the material plane?
Things in Trowood are great. Heard it
Are
from
they?
What
Will.
about the rest of it?
I never said I'm going to
Why don't you go
replace
fix
anything.
that first?
I never said I'm going to replace anything. I just don't know. Finding your guy, who we know nothing about, by the way, because you haven't shared anything, is the right thing to do.
So who's going to get this guy out? Who's getting Thalariel out?
Yeah, let's hither thither this guy out of here.
Don't we need a way inside to hither thither? To place the second
what
portal?
If we got onto like
I
a
can-
big tree, and then hither thither the portal on like a wall, and just ask Thariel to run to that wall.
Alternatively, if I can get to Thariel, I can get us out. Probably.
If we could get like a box into his cell somehow with a hither thither portal on it, then
That's
we can step into the box.
now we're
Into
getting.
the
I mean-
world that we have.
So we have someone
All right, I have a new
disguised.
plan.
Oh, God.
Randy takes his shirt off and turns it inside out. Hither thither this guy, and I'll go to prison.
There are so many better ways to do this. We just disguise someone as someone making a shipment, and we put the portal in the box, and then we take that box and we find who's ever in there, and the person that's disguised is never detected.
For the record, I can fully disguise myself, so
You have to go find
I can-
Jabu.
Willem can disguise himself.
God.
All
This
right,
is
Willem.
this is
Horrible.
horrible.
That's it. I'm making a decision. Because I make decisions all the time, and anyone who thinks that I don't can go scratch. We're disguising someone with a box, and they're taking that box into the camp. In that box, we cast portal number 1. Outside the camp, somebody casts portal number 2. Whoever goes into the camp finds Thariel, puts him in the box, and he comes out the other side. Done.
And you think somebody can just walk up there with a box and get let in?
We bring a couple of boxes. Disguised as the right person, it makes sense.
We're gonna need a false bottom on this box. So they're gonna check it probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where's your better idea?
It's a good idea, Sina.
I don't have a better idea. This is all just a bad idea.
Then we might as
I
well just
kind of
not do
liked
it.
my shirt idea, but this is a better idea.
Hey, remember when I went to prison? They don't take you to the work
Yeah,
camp
because you
right
haven't
away.
stopped talking about it.
This bitch won't shut up about prison.
First time I mentioned it today, Sina.
Today,
Jesus.
and it's at least the second.
That's actually true. Actually, no,
It's
it's more than seconds.
It's definitely more than
It's
2.
definitely more than seconds.
When have I mentioned going to prison?
I saw him in
That-
prison
Like,
when he
I'm
was
in
arrested. We were the last person to see him before I went
I
to
did
prison.
There was a magic thing in
I
the
saw-
prison.
There is a magic thing in the prison cell. It's
Okay.
3 times.
You are misconstruing my words. I said we were the last people to talk to Thariel before he went to prison.
Okay,
not
2.
I went
Or
to prison.
can I request something? Can I request a supercut by every time this talks about prison?
What is just what I say?
Anyway, yes, we remember you went to prison.
Write
So
that
what's
down,
the
write that
problem?
down.
Why do we need to worry about going to prison? We're going to the labor camp to drop
I was
off.
telling Randy that's why the shirt idea probably wouldn't work. Because they don't send you to the labor camp right away.
Okay.
All right, that's fair.
So do we have our better than
Well-
shipment idea?
I like the idea.
I think that's the best
I
one we've
think
got so
that's-
far.
Yeah.
All right, Willem. It's the Willem episode.
So I'm supposed to go in there.
I can go
Pretend-
in there.
No, I thought you gotta find Jabu.
You
Are you
can find
saying
Jabu.
I don't give a shit about Erevan.
Which is precisely why you're such a valued member of the team and why we're sending you to the labor camp instead.
I was gonna
Ooh,
say,
Erevan.
because you don't want to find Jabu, you're the perfect person to find Jabu.
Even I don't get that one.
It's because no one's like, because Branwen doesn't want to be king. She's the perfect person.
It's a little bit different, but okay.
Willem's in the deny everything that's true phase.
Look, if
Do
you don't want
you
to
want me
do
to
it,
rage quit?
if you don't want to do it, Willem, I can do it.
Okay, so I disguise myself as somebody
A member of the
carrying a
Thorns.
load.
A thorn.
Yeah,
Not a thorn.
That's
Okay, not a
that's
thorn.
a bad idea. Are the
Average
thorns
run of the mill
Are the thorns the
guard
ones
delivery
guarding the
person.
place? Do we know this?
There are Thorns and there
There's-
are Golems.
Okay, I guess
You could be a
thorn-
baby thorn.
A what? A baby
It's
corn?
just like a baby thorn.
Oh. A seedling.
Or he could be one of those little corn. Yeah, you could be a seedling. And you're just on delivery duty.
Should we fill some of the boxes with something so it seems like I'm actually delivering something?
Yeah, like
Well-
potatoes or like rags.
We can buy stuff off of Glug.
That's true.
I'm actively helping
Yeah.
you guys. Sina shuts
Yeah,
up for a little while.
Oh, Sina's so smart. She's so smart.
I like that this was seen as planned.
She's so smart.
And then
Brenwan's just making hard eyes at Sina.
I find Thariel, I put the box in front of him, he gets in, I get in, and then everything's fine.
Profit.
I think so. Yeah.
It's
I
honestly
see
pretty
no
straightforward.
holes in this plan except for the ones made by the hither thither staff.
That is very funny.
Oh my god, does Sina say that? Are they healing?
No, Chris said that.
Nature's
Damn.
healing.
Nature's healing.
This is a horrible idea, but let's
Fine, we welcome any better ones.
I don't have any better ideas, but stealth missions, not really my thing.
You're not being stealthy, you're going in as someone completely different.
Subterfuge.
Willem.
Yeah.
If we had suggested this plan like a month ago, I feel like you would have taken it and you would have been really excited to disguise yourself and you would have been so like excited to do this. What happened, man?
I know what I'm good at, and I know what I'm not good at, and some things that I'm not good at are pretending to be someone else, shutting the fuck up, and following plans.
Yeah,
Okay,
but man,
so
that's how we all grow. We all grow.
I'll go in.
You know,
I'll
we're
go
all
in.
different
It's
people
fine.
now.
Do you want me in one of the boxes so that you can have at least a little backup? Because I'm probably not going to check every box.
But if you're in the box, who's doing the thither staff?
Somebody else.
Who's
Randy
doing it
can
on
have
the
the-
outside?
Randy.
I can
Randy
do
can
it.
have the-
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you need.
I'll be on staff
do it.
duty.
Okay. Yep. Okay. It's happening.
Now I really feel like I should be the one going in
No,
because you're making me
look
nervous.
for Jabu.
You're
You
saying
look
that
for
so
Jabu.
condescendingly.
Willem's
Yeah,
got it.
it doesn't really seem important. The fate of your world is at stake, and you care about the horse guy's glory.
Kind of unnecessarily rude, but like a decent point.
I feel like
The horse
Feel
guy
like you
is going to
guys-
be mad at you no matter what, and if you help him win, he'll maybe be less mad at you.
Who is this horse guy?
Erevan.
Who?
It's like
Branwen's boss.
Brandman's boss, basically.
Oh,
now I'm just remembering something else,
Is there a problem?
and I don't remember where this came from. I have written down in quotation marks. Seraphel said this. I can't say this.
What?
Say it to me.
wait, yeah, message me as well. I won't say it, but I'm curious.
Chris, what you eating?
A cookie.
Nice.
Thanks, Mom.
Randy will do nothing with this information.
No, Randy's never talking about Serafel ever again.
Well, we're fucked.
She said that?
Yeah.
Got it. She said that.
Wait.
Oh, so you believe Steph about things that were allegedly said by other characters because because she
100%.
because she takes notes.
100%. I would believe
Wait. It's
a
either
far more amount of what
I wrote
Brandon
it
says.
in quotation marks.
I don't think Serafel said that.
Okay, I think. Did the king say that?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Okay. This is on Willem, actually.
You want to
Now I don't want to help him.
Help him out. You sent it to Randy. Help him
Yeah.
out.
You've sent it to Chris. You've sent it to Brett. You should just say it.
Yeah, just
Fair.
Just say it, or
I
send it
mean, I
in the-
could, but
Yeah,
it's too. It
no.
feels too metagamey.
That's why.
We're in it now.
Yeah.
I tried. I
mean,
tried
yeah.
to not metagame. I
So,
tried.
guys, when I talked to the Earl King, sorry if
This
I've
is
mentioned
crazy.
sorry if I've mentioned that to you too much, Sina. I didn't know if everybody knew what happened. He mentioned that the Wild Hunt was just a distraction from his plans, so he's not going to do anything today.
What would he even do today? I don't. Do we even know what his plan is? That's a
Not
genuine question.
totally.
Not everything I say is like meant to be antagonistic towards you. A lot of it is, but not everything.
The feeling is mutual.
Noted. If we don't know what his plan is, then we can't do anything about it. So we have to just proceed on.
From what Brandon
Okay.
said. Yeah, Brandon,
What?
talk.
I was just gonna just see if we had a summary so we could just wrap things up because we got daylight. We're burning daylight.
Randy's been drinking this whole time.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Randy is lost his a lot of tolerance in the time that he stopped drinking.
Mm. And you.
It's a 5.
Okay.
Oh,
You now have disadvantage on charisma checks that require speaking.
Okay.
Oh
Persuasion,
my God.
deception, intimidation, etc.
He's
Do we,
kind of
can I make a perception check to notice this?
Sure. It's a fairly low
That's a 10.
DC. You don't notice it yet.
So, from what I understand, I go in there with a fuck ton of boxes. One of the boxes is dunk. We fill these boxes with potatoes or something. It's sort of a little bit of a question mark in the overall plan. I go in there, I deliver the boxes to where I'm supposed to be. I sneak to find Thalariel in the north bunks because I'm probably not going to be allowed to just go there. Or command tower because that's where he is during the day. I use the hither-thither staff in the box. We get him out. Big question:
Well,
what happens after he's out?
we first of all we use the hither thither staff before you leave to put the portal in the box.
in the box.
Yeah, and then also a portal. I don't know, in this room.
There is a limited, like there's a finite range.
Okay. Then
And
I'll
you would
just
know you
follow
have to
you
be
back.
like, you have to be like reasonably close to the camp to have it done.
Got it.
I'm Willem. I think I might be better suited for what you're talking about.
Yup.
That's what I've been offering to do.
If you're just willing to find Jabu, this would all be much easier. Can you
And
do
what do I do once I found him? Tripping?
I'll find Jabu.
No.
All right. I can find Jabu. Yeah.
She's your friend.
Brandy's good at finding people.
I'm good at finding and I'm good at talking.
Honestly, I feel like you could do some psychological damage to that.
I'll talk to Jabu. Yeah. If it gets us, through this all a little quicker,
Don't
my
you
brain
need to
hurt.
be also near the camp with the hither thither staff?
We'll
We
make
can
that,
hang out
we'll make
somebody
that
else
you
can do
now.
that.
We'll make that you now.
Yeah, you can be hither thither staff boy.
Okay.
Or Sina, or whoever.
Or Sina. Yeah, she's good at things. I saw that look.
Okay. So
All right.
I find Jabu. What then?
No, we
You're
literally
finding
just
Jabu?
established that Randy will find Jabu.
I'll find Jabu.
You handle the hither tither staff. Since you're unwilling to
Okay.
find Jabu, you're probably not cut out to be the person sneaking into it. So we'll make you the person who holds the staff and guards the portal on the outside.
Sure.
Randy, if you're unable to fuck up any of his shit without him knowing, if you could just use your Randy talents to find out like if he's got weaknesses or anything.
Yeah, you bet. All right, hold on. First of all, what am I doing? Who is Jabu? I actually
Can I
heard this
just give
name
him
for
a
the
good
first time.
description since I got a nat 20 on that
Yes,
history check?
since you know everything, or at least enough about Jabu, you are able to convey to Randy that Jabu is a Duke of or rather, the Duke of the Silver Cloud, a high-ranking official in the Winter Court under the Queen Charlotte Hale. He is a what is his race again? Please hold. He's a Lunathil, which is a very thin and tall species of kind of a ladrin adjacent that's almost like bred for running and hunting and being like Captain America's of Eladrin. They are like peak Eladrin physique and power, bred over time and descended from a long line of superhuman Eladrin. He is a exceptional warrior, but he prefers and is well known throughout the land for his poetry.
This is a fun mission for Randy.
Oh my god, are you guys gonna have like a
All
rap
right,
battle?
so you said find weaknesses.
Find weaknesses. If you manage to find a way to like fuck up some of his equipment or something, that's fine. But weaknesses is very good.
You just want me to sabotage this guy? We're not trying to help Jabu?
No.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. That's easy.
Get in his head, man. Do your
I've been known to do that.
yeah.
I'll go with him.
Really?
Nobody should go alone.
Plus, you'd be really good at the sabotage part.
If you can find out where his stuff is, I'll handle the rest.
All right, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Okay, take it easy. All right. You all have your marching orders. You know where you're going.
We gotta
After
find
4
boxes.
hours of discussion.
All right. As you all leave the Twilight Hearth behind, Sina will grab Branwen on the way out. Actually, first she will grab Willem and counter you before you depart the Twilight Hearth. And she will kind of like, just wait 1 second.
Yep.
Tend to get a bit heated in the moment, and I apologize as always. I feel like we are at best perfect foils for one another, but I imagine over the next day we'll need to be at the top of our game. So I apologize if anything I said rubbed you the wrong way.
The feeling is mutual. I am also sorry for
And yet your
my...
reactions make it so hard to believe that sometimes.
I am being measured in my speech and was in the middle of apologizing to you because of how hot-headed I can be.
Noted. Do you need anything that would better support you and make you more capable in the difficulties ahead?
Nothing that you can provide, Sina. Nothing that you can provide, but I appreciate you checking in.
Fantastic. Good luck.
Have a good Jabu mission.
Oh, I'm sure we'll do a great job.
I hate both of you.
And she will send you on your way and then grab Branwyn. And Willem, as you are out of earshot, she will just kind of go like this. Like, oh God, he infuriates me. Like everything he says is so sanctimonious, and yet we need him and require him, and I know that in the greater scheme of things, he means really well. He just approaches it in such a difficult way.
It's I would classify it as it's a lot.
No, but
Willem is actively thinking about setting Sina on fire.
he really
No!
does. He
My
does.
I like
God.
her. I
He-
like her.
He does mean well. He could frame things a little bit better.
That would be cool.
It's not in a hurting way either. Like, it's just a stick figure Sina in his mind, like waving her arms up and down, going, ah, on fire.
In a playful way.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna be okay on this
I'll be
not
fine.
stealing mission.
Are you gonna be okay?
It's gonna go better than if Willem was trying to sneak in for sure. Yeah.
Just be careful.
There's one thing that I needed to talk about you, but now I don't know if it's the time or not.
Well, then save it for when you come
Okay.
back.
Got it. Will do.
Definitely pregnant.
Good luck.
Yep.
Kiss
I
her.
just give her a little. I give her a little smooch.
She warmly accepts.
Can I, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was
No,
just
you
gonna
can't
ask
join
if
in.
I could tug on Dunk's shoulder for a second.
Drunks
I
what?
want to tug on his junk. I want to tug on his shirt for a second. Hey, crazy things are about to happen. I'm sure it's gonna go great. I think you should compete in the wild hunt tonight, and I will fight for you.
I absolutely want to
Christ.
compete in the wild hunt tonight. I mean that's the thing, right? It's fine.
Yeah. As far as I
gonna-
know, no rules against it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out there and vibe.
Can I
but we need
roll?
to get Thalariel out first.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
I am not saying this in any sort of like quiet way. Like I'll
Oh.
tell Randy that.
Yeah, I turn around and go, that's a great idea.
I thought we were all competing in the wild hunt anyway. Like I thought that was just part of the.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it for that fucking horse guy.
No, I don't give a shit about that.
No, I'll do it for you, man.
Hey Brandon, what do I get if I win the wild hunt?
Please don't involve me in anything that you're planning on doing. Please.
It's a vibe.
I am really asking that you don't do anything like that. Please.
We'll
because
see.
that will mean that will be fighting you, and I really don't want to do that.
I don't
Okay,
either, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. Anyway,
we should be going while the day is young.
Yep. Let's go let's go buy some potatoes. We're gonna go
ooh,
buy some
I bet
potatoes.
that gnome that I paid apparently like a huge amount of gold to. Um, I bet he could like get us some boxes that they're like done with, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So we will focus on Branwyn, Willem, and Dunk to start. You are headed back to the Obsidian Tower to procure some crates of food and such.
Dunk, lead the way.
Absolutely, I'm gonna go find my little gnome friend.
Okay. Make a perception check as you make your way through the city.
18.
As you make your way toward the Obsidian Tower, you pass by a outdoor tavern that has kind of been set up adjacent to the marketplace that you witnessed when you first entered the city, and a familiar face of Helena Bearkin, the individual that you met yesterday, who is a creature that feels adjacent to you, kind of lifts a mug. Ah, donk! As you walk by. And given this shouting, Bramlin and Willem, you can make nature checks as well to discern her race.
7. I'm thinking about other things.
Also 7. I'm thinking about setting Sina on fire.
You have also never been here, so it would make sense that you don't know. And Bramwin, you are far too distracted to come to any concrete conclusion. But inevitably, you do return to the not to the Twilight Hearth, to the Obsidian Tower. Where are you, Bramwin? Are you going inside, or is just Dunk going in?
I'll hang out outside.
Dunk, you were able to find your gnome companion with relative ease. You've returned, sir. What? Beg of me, ask of me, whatever you might need, I would gladly find it.
So this might be a little bit of a odder request, but could you bring me back to like your like server area where you might have some like leftover boxes that you maybe just gonna throw out?
Oh, well, we have the boxes that we shipped Lord Erevin's collateral in. We could certainly use those.
What was that collateral?
Oh,
As we walk, yeah.
Just his bedding and his clothes and his trophies and well, the beast said that he slew when he turned 18. Extra horseshoes in case he gets tired. A full kit of salt pork for evenings when he gets snacky. What else did we bring? Well, we bought the pieces to a four-poster bed in case the Obsidian Tower did not have one. But at the moment, that's still in storage. Did you want to buy that as well?
Oh, no, that's good. Um, just the boxes. But like, have you seen him eat?
I typically leave the room when the Lord Erevin is eating.
That's okay. But just the boxes for now.
Fair enough. I'd be happy to give you all the empty ones. Were you looking for anything in particular, or really just
False
boxes?
bottom. Had a false bottom.
Oh, so I would like to be able to have one of the boxes be a little open on the bottom, or like have just a little bit of a secondary container. Do you know if he had any boxes that looked like that? Where like you opened it and it looked like there was like empty, but then there was another secret little compartment.
Make a straight intelligence check to see how you describe this.
You could also use the words false bottom.
We could also cast the spell, if anybody has it, minor illusion, to make it appear like there's a false bottom.
I'm not very
No,
smart.
we
That's a
actually need
7.
a false bottom.
Oh wait, no, that's not a 7. That is a 4.
I suppose I could give you a big box and then a little box that you could put inside the big box.
Sure.
Great. Um, and with a bit of scuffling, kind of taking you to the back loading area of the Obsidian Tower, you are now in proud possession of 6 empty wooden crates, all of which are in various sizes, but there is one that fits pretty neatly inside one of the other crates.
Just looking around, just like a little like hand cart that I can swipe if nobody's looking
Make a perception check.
at it. That is a 17.
There's a hand wagon that you could 5-finger discount treat yourself to.
I'm just going to very confidently walk up to it, put my things up, and walk away.
Yeah, you know what? Giving your stride of confidence. Nobody really takes a second look at you. There's just a lot of other activity going on, and nobody pays you any mind as you wheel the wagon out of the back of the Obsidian Tower and back to the front where your companions Willem and Branwyn await you.
Sick. Good
All
job,
right,
Dunk.
so I think one of these boxes we could probably jury rig to like have a little false bottom.
Are any of the boxes full?
I
Yeah, we
figured
do need to put something in the
we
boxes.
need to put something in the boxes.
We could take it to ba-da-ba-ba,
Bug.
somebody.
Why don't you go ask your little gnome friend if you can buy a bunch of vegetables from the kitchen? Just give him a gold. He seems to love that.
Yeah, worth a shot. I'm gonna load up. I'll just walk back there with the boxes and see if I can find them.
Yes, you're able to find your companion with relative ease. It will cost you a bit more than a gold to buy enough vegetables to fill how many crates?
I think we just
6
need 2.
or 2. Yeah, well,
However many
let's do
crates.
like
How big is this cart?
It's a hand cart.
big
The
enough.
crates are of reasonable size. It's effectively
Okay.
like if you were a roadie at a concert, pushing a crate with
Okay,
the
okay,
drum
okay.
kit on it. Because I've done
So
that
one of
before.
the boxes is going to be empty for me. One of the boxes is going to have the portal.
Just get like potatoes.
So 4 boxes you're filling.
Yeah, 4 boxes of potatoes.
Okay.
It can't be too nice of food.
So you get the kitchen is able to provide you with 4 crates full of potatoes. They'll charge you 10 gold for the exchange, given the volume that it takes to fill those potatoes and the quality that they are. And they're also, hustling you a bit given the affair that's happening right now.
We'll take some of the shittier potatoes.
And you are able to fill 4 crates worth of potatoes.
Well, think this is good?
This is
Brand, when do you think
perfect.
you can get this through security?
Yeah, well, we need to put our other things in it as well. Quick.
I will shrink myself down to the size of a small creature and fit in one of the boxes.
Okay.
And we can. And
And
I'll
we're also
give
going to need to put
Willem the staff.
the end of the staff at the bottom of one of them as well.
Okay, so you put
No,
the
we're not taking the staff in with us.
just the
Willem's
portal.
gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, but we need to set one of the portals inside the box.
Okay.
What's the range on that portal, by the way?
1,500 feet.
And
Oh, we're
it's
fine.
within the staff's range. So like as long as you're walking with the crate until a certain area, and then you walk 1,500 feet away from it, you'll be in a fine area to
Yeah.
do it.
Keep a distance from me while I'm walking, but yeah.
All right, so you're setting the portal in one of the crates. How are you arranging the crates on the wagon?
I'll probably put the dunk one on the bottom.
Okay.
Um,
There's room
I'll put
for 2 across. So it stacks 3 by 2.
I guess Duncan portal on the bottom.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
If I'm-
hypothetical.
If I'm
Go ahead.
under 2 boxes of like 2 big boxes full of potatoes, I'm pretty strong, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like.
Well,
buck up.
I'll have to unload the boxes.
Hey, what are you gonna do if they decide to inspect the boxes and they find the one with Dunk inside of it?
He can.
What if? Okay, what if we put the portal in the box that I'm in?
If the
And-
portal only has one opening, what happens?
I don't think anything.
I mean, I can do that.
And then I can take a tooth. And if
I can.
we need to like bail, then I can just tell you to like get me the fuck out of here.
Huh.
I can also cast invisibility on you when we get close. So physics will be a little fucky, but
Okay.
It's
Better than
honestly-
the idea I had.
Listen, this is honestly one of your better ideas.
yeah,
That's
so we
funny
did
because
it.
it's Sina's idea.
Thanks,
Uh,
Sina.
We workshopped it.
We
All right.
workshopped it, yes.
It is part of the plot of the Dungeons and Dragons movie,
Yeah.
but whatever.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
So, okay. So I'm going to leave in disguise. So I'm going to change my armor to something that could be attributed to kind of working for the Thorns, but obviously would be a grunt.
Okay. Make a history check.
I've met with a lot of Thorns at this point. For the
Yeah, you can
record.
do so with advantage.
That is a 19.
You would recall that some of the younger Thorns, or at least the more junior Thorns, seem to wear masks as though they earn the right to show their face.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll have them. Is it like a specific kind of mask or just a general mask?
It's like almost like a white porcelain mask.
Okay. Yeah. I will cast disguise self as well.
Okay.
So that will include the porcelain mask, and then under that I'll just look like just an average resting bitch faced autumn eladrin with maybe like a nasty scar or something like that.
Got it.
And then as I get closer to the entrance, I'm gonna adjust the boxes, and in doing so, cast invisibility on Dom.
Okay. Willem, what are you doing as this is happening? Are you kind of veering off?
Yep.
Okay.
And saying, good luck. Hey, don't we need to cast a portal on the outside before you go in?
No.
Yeah, I thought we did that. I thought
No,
that's in our summary of.
a portal on the inside of the box. And then we just wait.
We don't want to
the
cast
second
one on
portal.
the inside or on the outside yet, because then all the potatoes will fall through it.
So you cast a portal on the inside of the box. How do you get out of the place?
Once we have Thalariel, then you cast a second portal.
We can go through the
outside.
portal.
Gotcha. I thought for whatever reason you were taking the staff with you.
Oh. No, you've got the staff.
Okay. I will find, the most inconspicuous place possible. Maybe a grassy knoll nestled under a tree. I'm gonna assassinate JFK.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Just trying to
I
stay
heard
out
his
of the
head
way.
just did that.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Disadvantage on this one, yeah?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. 6.
Okay. Branwen, as you guide the trio, and Willem inevitably splits off towards the west side of town, where you did a great deal of spying your initial day in the city. The city grows pretty quiet. Denizens of Old Hollow have certainly not chosen to settle beyond the great cemetery that you walk past, where you were correct in assuming that there were a fair many people in there reveling, but also paying their respects. And this side of the city is in a much greater state of ruin than what you've experienced so far. Just based on what you witness, you get the sense that this is likely of the city, like the part of the city where the Lobes first settled and then expanded ever out from there. And the closer you get to the western wall, the sounds of sawing and hammering increase in volume. Um, the chopping of trees can be heard. There's kind of this rhythmic clanging of metal on wood and the sound of creaking timber as trees soar to the earth. The outer wall is almost entirely collapsed at this point, largely just kind of ghosts of structures that used to be here. And you can now very clearly see in the glade beyond this kind of huge scar that's carved through the forest, with neat piles of logs the size of buildings stacked on either side of the wound that's now been carved. You're able to very clearly see stone golems that browse the perimeter, and a handful of poorly dressed eladrin and other fey creatures hacking away at those colossal logs that are stacked up kind of like within the camp itself. Willem, you veer off to the side. All of you can feel free to make a perception check as you approach down the road and open owlware.
Oh no. Okay. I got a 12.
I got a 14.
So I got a 21, but I'm inside the box.
Oh yeah, you can't see anything.
He can perceive sounds.
You can perceive sound, so you hear all the things that I described. Willem, you rolled a 14, you said?
Correct.
Okay. You're able to notice 5 total buildings as you kind of slink along the side of the camp. So I'll actually clear this fog here so that you can see more things.
Oh boy.
So you can't really see too far beyond that. Well, that's fine. You saw all 5, so okay. So you are able to see. Zoom out here for our folks at home.
Hi, folks.
So you are
How's
able to
home?
see 5 total buildings. Um, and 2 of which are larger than those, the rest of them like long houses, and one that's a bit shorter than those 2, and they form like kind of a grid-like structure around the exterior of the camp, and then 2 structures very close to one another, one that's rather small and the other a tower. It's difficult to see from this distance, but you do count a number of individuals within, outside of the people working. Um, and you also, Branwen, you see as well this kind of plume of like yellowy black smoke rising into the air from the center of the compound, from this kind of like hole where a handful of metal tracks lead to. Branwen and Dunk, or Branwen, as you approach, 2 stone golems kind of stand watch by the main entry of the road that the path leads into the camp. And they kind of rotate to you in these kind of bluish hues that make up the like lines of their body that hold the stones together turn a faint, pardon, red as you approach, and they start to kind of hum. And an individual will approach down the tracks. State your business. Not expecting anyone today.
Um, I was sent with the delivery.
Delivery? Wasn't sure we were expecting any deliveries. What's Chicago?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. More food for the laborers, I suppose. Who sent you?
Please don't get mad. I'm new. I didn't want to be here, but I kind of made I kind of made someone mad, so they sent me here to see where I might end up if I keep messing up.
Make a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage because that was good?
You do.
Yay! That is a. Where's that? That's a 14.
All right. Quit your whining. And they're going to get very close to you, and you kind of smell the alcohol on their breath. Because we were all a novice at one point. She kind of looks your cargo up and down. She goes, potatoes and nothing else.
They
Anything?
wanted something really heavy.
No, really starchy. Nothing for the gatekeeper.
I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
I didn't get the impression that I was supposed to make you guys happy. They really have it out for me.
Not like anyone ever wants to make us happy. Fine. You been here before?
No.
Storage is that one. And she's going to gesture over to this building. And sorry, were you looking?
Oh, yeah, now I am.
Yeah, this building. And she'll say, give the golem the passphrase and he'll let you right in.
What's the passphrase?
God, they didn't tell you anything. The day's passphrase. Shit, what was it?
I mean, if I could complain, I would say that they're setting me up to fail.
I'd mind your tongue, dear.
Sorry.
Today's passphrase is arboretum.
Thank you.
Get in there.
Would you like a potato for your trouble?
No. If you stay for lunch, you'll find that the food in the tower is a hell of a lot better than the food in the mess.
Oh, I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I scurry on over
All right.
to the building and say, Arboretum.
As I realize that it's no longer nighttime when I thought you would be here, so there are also people kind of out and about doing things. Okie dokie. So, as you make your way over to the storage facility, the golem again kind of glows a faint orange color as you approach. And as you state the word arboretum, kind of hums and like clunks down, turns, and you see a small like lever on the side of the door that he pulls, and it swings open. The room itself, the interior is lined with many a crate and barrel, not unlike the now gone furniture store. Which you can now see into. The bare minimum of which are barrels and crates of stale bread and potatoes. So you made a wonderful choice.
We did it.
Where they're likely the food for the inmates. Make a perception check as you enter. The door closes behind you.
That is another 14.
Much of the rest of the supplies that you can see are axes, shovels, smith tools, and kind of neatly organized boxes. But one thing you do notice near the entrance that you've just passed through are chained crates closest to the door that appear to have labels on them that you can't get on like first glance.
Can I take a second glance?
You can make an investigation check if you'd like.
I'm gonna give myself inspiration on this. Boop, boop. That is a 13.
You don't catch all of them as you're kind of looking pretty quickly and frantically. You don't want to be caught in here too long. But you do note a handful of names of Autumn Court cities. And they are chained with big, heavy locks. I'm going to leave you there. So feel free to discuss with Dunk your next steps as we turn to Randy. Where are you and Sina off to?
Sina, where I guess where do you think where was everyone for this wild hunt? Feel like is there like some kind of warrior meeting place?
Well, there were a decent number of people at the Obsidian Tower, but I mean, there's people everywhere in the city. If Erevan didn't think that Jabu was here yet, then he's probably not at the Obsidian Tower. I mean, we could check the other taverns. I didn't see any people that looked like a Jabu at the Gilded Skull. I mean, I got a pretty good lay of the city. Where would you go if you were a duke about to fight in a big hunt?
If I was a Jabu, I would. I don't know. Did did Branwen mention if he was a serious sort of Jabu or kind of like a drunken asshole-ish variety?
She didn't mention if he was either of them. I mean, he's a
Okay.
duke. He's probably pretty important.
Um, I kind of flag down the first person I see on the street.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Um, hmm. That'll be a 13.
You have the choice of flagging a literal werewolf, a kenku, or a standard automaladron.
The Automaladron would probably make the most sense here.
Okay. You.
The werewolf.
Sorry, I'm not going to read the chat because the chat made me laugh. You flag the automaladron. Yes.
Hi, is there some kind of place around here where you might think that dukes go or people who are competing in the hunt that's going on here? I'm a little bit lost.
Look around you, dear boy. There's people everywhere. Whole city's gone to hell in a handbasket, if you ask me. But I suppose the business is good for the city.
Yeah, I'm talking like higher ups though. Like I'm looking for Jabu specifically. I
Jabu.
don't know if is he a big deal?
He's Duke of the Silver Cloud. Not every day you get a high-ranking official of the Winter Court in Old Hallow. Jabu. If you were a man who loved fucking as much as you loved killing, where do you think you'd go?
I'm afraid those shoes are very difficult for me to put myself in.
Sina just like kind of like puts her hand in her head and just goes, her head in her hand goes, "Oh my God, we have to go to another brothel."
Oh shit. Where's the nearest brothel?
Someone like Jabu is going to be at the finest one in town, the Raven's Feather.
Ravens. All right. Thank you very much. My name's Randy.
Randy, been a pleasure. Ulster. Nope, that's the name of
Ulster.
somebody else. The
I was like,
name.
oh.
um,
It would be very
the
funny if Randy just didn't recognize him.
I was so scared for a second.
the name's Spruce.
Bruce.
Spruce with an S.
Oh, Bruce.
No,
That's
Spruce. Like
It's
the
nice to
tree.
meet you, Spruce.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Enjoy the wild hunt. Enjoy the. And he kind of looks between the two of you. Enjoy the brothel.
No.
Cena
Never
just
mind.
drags you away. You don't have to explain everything to everyone. All right. I
No, this
know.
is my daughter.
What'd you say? I know where the Raven's Feather is. It's not terribly far
Oh,
from the Obsidian Tower.
have you been there?
No, I've just walked past it, saw the sign, opened up my eyes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what you and Brandon get up to these days. All right.
Sina guides you through the city. At this point, it's about mid-afternoon, and the crowds are getting pretty dense. Make a perception check as you make your way through the city.
19.
You see all manner of creature, including fairies and pixies and werewolves and regular wolves and kenkus, satyrs, centaurs,
Oh
eladrin.
my.
Yes, all kinds of things. But what you also hear is that you now have a pretty good sense of when everything begins. The great feast of Samhain will begin at 8, effectively when the sun goes down, to afford time to feast before the wild hunt begins at midnight.
It begins at midnight?
The wild hunt begins at midnight, yes.
That's ominous.
Um, and inevitably, you make your way to the Raven's Feather, which is a very small, nondescript stone establishment with a bird with a kind of open wing tilted downward as feathers kind of extend and fall off of the wing and like float down to the ground. It's carved into the edifice of the stone. And you get the sense that things are just named after attributes of the work of the lobes prior to anyone claiming the space. In most cases, that the places that are being named are all named for things that existed in the edifice or the stonework or the structure itself, and that people in Old Hallow might not be as creative as they think they are. But ultimately, it's a very quiet establishment. But as soon as you open the door, it is quite lively inside. And there are all manner of women and men in various states of dress and undress, kind of flanked by all manner of men and women in varying states of dress and undress. And make a perception check as you enter.
9.
You can get the sense you don't see like anyone that like you're just kind of overwhelmed by everything happening around you, but you can definitely get the sense that the bar staff are overwhelmed, and this is probably the most people that they have seen in a brothel in the city in some time. Um, you also note Sina just kind of wide-eyed, looking at everything in front of her.
I not so subtly take out the flask, take a sizable glug, and hand it to Cena and say, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna need it afterwards. You can hang on to it for now.
Okie dokie. Put it in my pocket. Um, Jabu should not be difficult to spot, right? Like,
Supposedly.
um, all right. Well, and I'll go to the bar.
Okay. You approach the bar, and an exacerbated maiden behind it kind of like looks at you, sees you like still in all of your clothes, and just goes, "No, we're all out at private rooms right now.
No, no, no. I was wondering about a potential client of yours. I'm looking for a guy.
We cater to all manner of desires here at the Raven's Feather. Um, by all means, treat yourself to anyone who is available, but our clientele, we do tend to keep that to ourselves, given the nature of our work."
Fair enough. Have you seen Jabu around here?
Sir? Make an insight check.
I will do. It was bad. 11.
Sina's was also bad. You're both too distracted to really glean anything from what's happening. But she just goes, "Sir, I would ask that if you would like something to drink, you would order it, and you deal with your other needs on your own. And no,
Okie
I'm not on the menu."
wasn't planning on asking, but yeah,
You'd be the first today.
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
God, you really mean that? I'm sorry. It's very unbecoming of me to be so harsh and judgmental with a new guest. Um, I'm afraid I can't divulge who and whom we serve, but if there is anything else I can get you, I would be happy to support you.
I'm good for now, but thank you for the help. I'm Randy.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you. And she kind of
Would
scurries off without giving you her name.
That's fine. All right, Sina. I think we got to find some people here who are the most. They look the most gossipy.
Sina is visibly distracted. Sorry. Gossipy. Gossipy. She'll roll a perception check. Well, he looks to be holding. God. He looks to be holding court. And she kind of, you follow her eye line to a, just make a, I can't, make a constitution check.
Constitution. What the
Yes.
fuck? I got a 13.
Even you yourself are captivated by the sheer grandeur of this individual. They are slumped back over a arched couch, like a kind of semicircular couch. And in each of their extended arms that seem to roll over the shoulder of two individuals on both of their sides. They, of both men and women, that have draped themselves over this body that seems to have a 12 pack. And he is in, at the moment, just a loincloth. And he has steel blue, almost shimmering skin. And not a follicle of hair upon him, as he is completely bald with a string of blue line tattoos stretching from his neck all the way across up to his temples, and almost milky white opaque eyes. And he is clearly holding court with the individuals that are currently draped upon him.
When you
And
say holding court, what do you like talking to them?
he is
What
talking
is
to them, and they
Okay,
are hanging on every word.
got it. Um I I I noticed that Cena has taken notice of this man and I go, yeah, yeah, uh, yeah, he seems as good as any.
I've
I
never seen
approach.
anyone look like that.
Yeah, me neither.
Um, I think that's probably our guy.
Yeah, probably. The people that are draped upon him, I think you said this already. Are they men or women or what of the genders?
They are both.
Okay. I will approach them.
Okay. Um, the individual holding court kind of looks up at you as you approach and go, ah, two more would enter. Come, sit, be with Jabu. You are most welcome.
Yo, Jabu, I've been looking for you.
Ah, you and so many others. It is
Yeah,
your distinct pleasure to meet Jabu, Duke of the Silver Cloud, servant of air and darkness, Queen Charlotte Hale of the Winter Court.
this is awesome, man. I'm Randy. This is
Randy,
my associate, Sina.
Sina.
Um, what brings you to Old Hallow?
You joke, my friend. It is the wild hunt. The only thing that could sate a man's bloodlust is flesh before the hunt.
Yeah, that's not the only thing you're lusting for, am I right?
That is very true. If you come to dine upon Jabu tonight, you have come to the right place.
Oh, I'm. How many people usually dine upon you in these?
I have lost count over the years. To make love to another is a carnal instinct that all must share in. Men, women, anytime and anywhere. And we are fortunate enough to live in a time where we are rich in abundance of both. I cannot say I've ever tasted
Oberon.
Goliath fresh before.
Oh yeah. Wait, what did he say?
He said, I cannot say that I have tasted Goliath flesh before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not a lot of people have. There's not a lot of us left, it seems.
Ah, well,
But I've never tasted the flesh of anybody. Um, I don't necessarily um I'm not a carnivore.
well, one can be vegetarian and still enjoy the fruit of vanilla.
That's super true, man.
He will clap on the shoulders of the individuals around him and kind of shoo them away for a moment. You
Oh
seek
shit.
me out. Come, sit.
I do sit.
And your companion. She just kind of stares and goes like this. And will sit very far away down the couch. And he goes, I understand if you are not interested. Jabu would never force himself upon someone who does not wish to dine on Jabu. But we are welcome to speak.
Um, so do you ever dine on other people?
I dine on many. If you ask if I eat my compatriots and paramours, you would be reading too far into Jabu's words. I am merely a lover of life and a lover of many.
Hell yeah, brother. You want to smoke?
I do not partake.
Oh,
I have much to be ready for from tonight.
makes sense. Um, is there anything that you do like to partake in other than the flesh of others?
Well, I would be kidding myself if I did not enjoy a good wine
Ah,
or a fine bit of poetry. I mean, he'll look, make an insight
oh,
check.
damn it. 12.
You don't notice anything different. And he just goes, and of course, I have never been more sated than when I see two individuals who love each other very much. It brings me great joy.
Are you talking about um there's many different kinds of love.
Perhaps you misread me. I am actually overjoyed at the sight of individuals who are so in tune with one another, so invested in the other's future. Love is a very special thing. It is more than the physical, it is the spiritual.
I shoot a glance to Sina, clearly like asking for help in this department.
Sina will just go, we are not together. Um,
That's not what I meant, but
I just, we're just in, we were hoping to, do you have a plan for tonight to win? And he goes,
she's worse than I am.
she's just, plan. Uh, many many a hunt are ruined by plans. Men with their dogs and captured beasts released into trapped woods where they can go nowhere. No. The hunt is carnal and wild. You must embrace it for all its oddities and things that you do not expect. No, I have no plan other than to win and claim the lordship of the wild hunt for my court and my queen.
Again, I gotta say, hell yeah, brother. Have you ever won before?
No, I have not won before. I am a constant thorn on the side of the old Erivan Yukon, though he
Oh yeah,
considers himself a thorn in mine. But in
I hate that
reality,
guy.
ah, a true drunkard, and a man who has no affinity for the finer things in life. If one means to kill, one must also mean to love, to truly understand the joys of life.
You kept talking about that poetry, or man, I want to hear some of your poetry. I don't think I've ever heard it before.
Ah, well, my poetry is all unpublished. I am more of a enjoyer of other people's work. Are you a poet, my friend?
Oh, yeah, I've written some poetry,
Well, then by all means, you
but I'm
must
more of
share.
like a. I don't even write it down usually though. I kind of just think of it on the spot. I'm a artist who kind of I I I'm kind of like an improv artist.
Ah, one of the finest arts. I would love to understand what you improv.
Do you want to hear some?
I would love it.
I look around me and wowie zowie. There's lots of bodies and they're all fucking crazy. Penis and vagina. And a third thing, too. This place is kind of like a human zoo. I am the looker, the one who watches, the one who doesn't know what Koch, what snotch is. I'm Randy, and Randy is me, and I'm with Sina, and we are 3.
Make a performance check.
With and
Despite the fact that you're drunk, you may do so with advantage.
what? Oh my god, I rolled so poorly.
You should give
5.
him inspiration for that one.
You do, but
So
you can't use it here.
5.
You rolled a 5 with advantage?
I did.
Okay. Um, Jabu kind of cringes as you make your way through it. He goes, it needs refinement, my friend. But
Well, like I said, improv, it's just
uh,
whatever comes up.
it
Sometimes it's good,
is
sometimes it's
it is a difficult practice, and I applaud you for even trying. There is so little art in this world. You have not added to it, but you have made an attempt. And for that,
yeah, well,
I admire
I
you.
I try, you know. Um
I find it hard to believe that you seek out Jabu, and you do not mean to taste my flesh and only read me poetry. What is it that you seek from Jabu?
well, honestly, I just kind of wanted to get to know you. I hear that you're just like the coolest, most warriorist guy.
My reputation
Tell me
precedes me.
about I know you said you like don't have a plan or whatever, but like I don't know what are your instincts tell you when you approach a wild hunt like this. I'm not competing, obviously. I mean, look at me, but like I'd love to kind of know where your head's at about this.
Make a persuasion check.
With disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 10.
Hmm. The truth is, you compliment Jabu. Jabu is grateful. I do hope to win. I have sins to atone for. And so I will approach the wild hunt with a passion that perhaps I have been lacking in previous years. Everything is on the table with this one. And I am intent on coming out on top.
That's the most rootin' tootinest thing I've ever heard. And I will use my channel divinity to read his thoughts.
Okay. Is there a save
Um,
on that?
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And do they know?
They don't. Even if they fail, they do not know. Even if the creature fails its save, I can still read their surface thoughts.
Okay.
And it's a DC of shid.
They've failed. So you get to probe into their like full thoughts.
I do for 1 minute.
Okay. So I'll say that you
And
kind of
during
you cast this as you like begin to ask your question, and you are able to like kind of read his full thoughts as he answers the fact that he has sins to atone for.
Yeah.
And you can kind of you get the sense that Jabu very frequently over the past couple of years has found himself in hot water with Queen Charlotte Hale of the Winter Court. He has found himself, due to his affinity for romanticism and perhaps people far below his station, that he has been very easily manipulated in the past. And don't dig. Sorry. So he's been very easily manipulated in the past, and he is approaching this wild hunt with a significant degree of anxiety and a will to win that he has not had in the past. Like you can see, like you can get the fact that he has wanted to just like be annoying and like make a good showing in the past, but he's here to win this year, to atone for his failings and regain like a status of grandeur in the eyes of Queen Hale.
Okay.
And with that, unless you have an
I
immediate
have to,
next action.
I'm gonna cast suggestion because I can do that. Um, with without expending a spell slot, and they automatically fail their saving throw.
Okay, what are you suggesting?
Um, it's up to 8 hours. What time? It's like afternoon, right?
You will get it with 8 hours. You'll get there just as the hunt like the hunt will have begun.
Okay. Then
It's like 4 or 5 o'clock now.
I will say. I'm just gonna say. Spend the night with me and Sina, and hang out on this couch with us.
Okay.
Not in that way. What the fuck? Just like hang out.
So noted. Um,
That's also what I mean to him too. I just want to hang out
yes.
with him for 8 hours
Okay.
and make him miss the wild hunt.
Pretty really okay. With that, we'll cut back to our other team. What are you doing?
Now I gotta remember what my plan was after that incredible whatever the hell that was.
Randy coming through. That was pretty good.
That was so goddamn funny. Okay. All right. So I will crack the lid open on the potato box that Dunk is on. I'll unload him.
Okay.
And I will go on out to that one guy that was also there that I talked to before.
Okay, so
Um
looking in now that you're kind of getting a full lay of the land, let me call out a few things. So there was this person that talked to you as soon as you came in. There's a person here. These people are standing guard of what clearly appears to be an elevator that leads into that hole where the smoke is coming out of. There are people working on the other side of it. There's a thorn here. This is the tower. This is a bunkhouse. This is a bunkhouse. Golem, golem. People working. Thorn. And these towers with flames on them are small elevated platforms that are kind of functioning as watchtowers, but aren't really watchtowers. They're just like kind of watching platforms.
Okay. I would like to go talk to one of the guides outside that hole.
Okay. So you're talking to this fella.
Yes. Hi, sorry.
business.
I'm just I was sent here to deliver some cargo, kind of as a punishment. You know how it is. I was also told to come here because this is where I'm gonna end up if I keep on beefing it hard.
I don't have
And
time for
was told
complaining novices.
I was told that I need to see the whole.
Make a deception check.
Okay. That is a 17.
See the hole, eh?
Yes.
Why would you need to see the hole?
Well, because I'm late all the time, and I keep forgetting everybody's names, and people are mad at me.
And someone told you should see the hole to overcome
They might
these
just be
poor behaviors.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
And then I have to go back and. I already told you, I'm part of the reasons because I'm so bad at the names.
Make another deception check.
She's
Yes,
leaning
yes.
into her natural girl failure powers.
That's a dirty 20.
Make an insight check.
That's a natty 20.
He was doubting you hard. Like he was getting very close, furrowing his brow.
I am just looking so nervous.
But just like your abject, well, you're covered by a mask, so luckily that is helping you. Your abject, like very convincing failure, is kind of like he just kind of like his brow softens just a little bit. He goes, "Quit your whining, God. The fact they let you into the thorns is an embarrassment to us all. You're not fit to look into the hole, because you can't handle what's down there. Nor do
I can
novices.
handle the whole.
Nor do novices get to know what's down there.
I can handle the whole, I swear.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were begging for the hole." I hate this.
What to say?
What you really need is to talk to Thalariel. He'll set you straight. Someone's clearly messing with you. And I mean it when I say that when I get a hold of whoever at HQ told you to look in the hole, burn alive for it. Go. Command tower. Now. Tell him
Okay,
Rockwood
I'm gonna
sent
go.
you.
Oh, no, I'm scared. I'm gonna go over there.
All right. You open the actually first Dunk, you're out of the box. Are you doing anything while you're in there?
I'm definitely gonna be rooting around through their stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Are you attempting to break into the box, the crates?
yes.
Okay. How are you attempting to break into the crates? There are a lock, or you can attempt to or do something else.
Could I use one of the like tools around to like use as leverage to try to break the chain?
Sure,
Just like Fleetwood Mac.
it will be a difficult
You'll never break the
DC,
chain.
but you can make a strength check to do so.
I am pretty good at that. Do I get a bonus for leverage?
You do not. These are sturdy
Dang.
chains.
Oh no. 13.
They like shift and move around and clatter against the crate, but ultimately they are pretty sturdy wrought iron chains that do not break. You do, however, hear
Well,
the box itself creaking as you lever an axe against it.
uh, as in, like, it sounds like I could just probably smash the box itself.
You could certainly try.
I will do so. Dice jail. 10.
Okay. The wood splinters as the axe collides with the crate, and you gather that a few good whacks could probably crack it open.
At this point, yeah, I'm just gonna take my my ball and just break the box.
Okay. Cracking open the crate, you find that as the wood splinters and opens up, a handful of short swords spill out through the opening that you've created in the crate. But these are unlike any short swords that you've seen in the past. They're kind of jagged and they don't look like they keep a clean edge. Um, Make an investigation check.
That one.
You don't notice anything specific or peculiar about them, other than the peculiarity of the design. They don't look like they would be fit to be held by a ruffian, let alone a soldier.
So, okay.
Does
Um,
Dunk remember that Branwen said that Thalariel was giving me a weapon?
He does now.
yeah.
Um, while you're doing that, Branwen, you enter the tower. Um, and a lanky green-skinned elf, Eladrin, is in there, kind of like at a desk, kind of shifting papers around and like looks over his shoulder and he goes, "Rolf, I don't recognize you. And who might you be, dear?" You can make a general perception check as you enter.
That is a 16.
The tower is pretty short as you approached it. It's only 2 stories high, but it is also the only building with a stone foundation. You gather it's probably like one of the first things they built at the camp. Inside the first floor of the tower is a spiral staircase that goes up to the second floor, as well as 2 desks that are currently filled with all manner of pardon, papers, books, and then a large corkboard of diagrams and schematics. Um, you also see in the room with you a tiny wee Thariel with chains and manacles around his tiny ankles as he sits atop the desk and writes in a logbook.
Shit.
And who might you be?
Um, I'm Cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
Are you? Who are you? What are you doing here?
Um, so, well, I was sent in here by Rockman? Rocky?
What?
The
I have
guy
no time
outside?
for children.
I'm sorry, I'm
State
really
your
bad at
business
names.
immediately.
He, I got sent here as punishment. I had to bring a whole bunch of potatoes over here, and then I was told that I had to go look in the hole so that I could figure out, like, if I kept on messing up, then that's where I was gonna end up. I was gonna have to work in the hole. I don't know what that means. And then I told, the
You,
Rocky
s-
Mountain Range
you spoke to
that,
Rookwood.
oh, I'm bad at names.
Aye. Rookwood sent you. Asked to see in the hole. Punished. Delivering potatoes.
They're really
Names.
heavy.
Cat. Roll a collective deception check for pretty much all of that.
I'm giving myself bardic inspiration. Okay, this is really good. Okay. So I rolled a 14, and I have a +5 to deception, so that's a 19, and then I rolled a 9 for my bardic inspiration.
So
So
28.
that's a 28, yeah.
Aye, we've seen your type before. Young novices who think they know everything. Some
Oh,
of
I
the
really think I know nothing, ma'am, so I'm
some of the
sorry.
folks back in the city like to, well, strike a bit of fear in your hearts by sending you here, so you can see what hard labor really looks like. But the worst ones, I suppose, well, they want you to see the fire. Old tactic. Technically not encouraged anymore. I will show you the hole. You!
It's
And he
okay
kind
if
of
I don't see the hole.
gestures over at Thalariel and he says, grab me an iron. And Thariel willingly complies and kind of rushes over to out of the tower. And Thaldir will kind of pull up a chair and goes, please sit.
I've got myself into something crazy. I sit, yes.
You can take your mask off here. We want novices to feel comfortable.
I think I would feel more comfortable with it on,
Take it
with all due
off.
respect. I take off my little masky mask.
You see, bad eggs like you, yeah, sometimes they'll get sent here so that we can show them what's what. But if you being told to see the hole, well, I gather that means they want you to see fire. Branding's an old technique. Just to remind you who you really are. And inevitably, Thariel will re enter the tower with a hot iron poker in his hand. And he'll go, hold out your arm.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I do it.
And he will take. You can make a perception check to see what exactly like the mark is.
That is a perception check.
Yes.
16.
You can very clearly see that it is a corpse rose with like a line of faint thorns in it, which is the seal of the Earl King himself. He goes, best not to shout, cat. The others won't want to hear it. And he kind of holds the fire. Goes, you said you wanted to see the hole. I can only imagine
I
you've
was
gotten
just told
yourself.
to see the hole. I was just told to see the hole.
Oh, there's no use crying now. Do you want to be a thorn or not?
Oh God, this is fucked up, man. Yeah. Fuck, dude, what? Oh, this is fucked up.
And he will press it against your wrist, and I'll have you make a Constitution saving throw.
Fucking Christ, man. That's okay. That's a 14.
Okay, you were able to suppress any yells, and you only take 5 fire damage as the brand presses into your skin. I will allow you to make a sleight of hand check to attempt to pull away as he does.
Okay. I got good sleight of hand. That's a 27, baby.
Okay. He will yank the brand away and look at you, kind of maintaining eye contact with you the whole time. He goes, "Well done. Now you'll never forget your place. Now get out of here. I hate novices coming in here mucking up our entire operation."
What is Thariel doing?
Thalariel is just kind of sitting on the desk writing away.
Can I send him a telepathic message?
You can certainly try.
Find a way to follow me. I'm going to the storage shed.
Okay. With that, we will end tonight's session.
Oh my god, what the fuck, Chris?
And pick up the same time next week, June 5th at 8 Eastern, 7
Can we play
Central.
tomorrow? Fuck.
Up until then, you can find us at any time at Nat20Hot on TikTok and Instagram. You can also view pretty much all of our old episodes at youtube.com/@Nat20Hot or www.nat20hot/watch. We thank you all for coming and joining us on this Wednesday evening and look forward to seeing you again
You're a
next
sick
week.
man, Chris.
As always, we are Nat20Hot, and this has been our show. Have a great night, everyone.